All right, so welcome back to another comic review from a book sent to me by my friend Chris. Thank you as always, brother. Today we're going to be talking about Mothra, Queen of the Monsters. I was very excited to read this comic. It's the first IDW book that is a Godzilla book that focuses on the other monsters. I really hope they continue this line, and I say line because it says on the thing right here on the spine, Godzilla Legends, Mothra, Queen of the Monsters. Now, if you guys remember, in the original IDW comic run, they had this miniseries called Godzilla Legends, which was kind of like a Godzilla spotlight for the other monsters, featuring Rodan, Anguirus, Hedorah, Kumanga, and Titanosaurus. So I'm kind of hoping that I don't know how well this sold. I heard it did very well, but I am hoping that like maybe this Godzilla Legends line will open the door to like this how well this Mothra book did. I'm hoping that it basically opens the door for other monsters to get, the other Godzilla kaiju to get their own miniseries. I personally would love to see a Ghidorah one, or focus on a villain-centric one. I think that'd be kind of cool, or maybe an Anguirus one. I think Anguirus could use a few W's here and there. But yeah, I think it was smart if this is going to be a line to do Mothra to do Mothra first, because she's the second most popular monster out there. Anyway, so what is Mothra, Queen of the Monsters about? Mothra, Queen of the Monsters is written by Sophie Campbell with artwork by, and I think this was the big draw for everyone, Matt Frank, who is probably the definitive kaiju artist. So Mothra, Queen of the Monsters basically follows a young girl named Emmy and her twin sister, who, after being separated during a battle between Mothra and a new monster named Antra — I'll get to Antra more in a bit — it's discovered that, hey, the twin fairies, the priestesses, the Shobojin reveal that, hey, you're going to be priestesses too of the new Mothra, and you have to go on a time-traveling adventure to save the future from a threat known as Megaguirus. So this would be the second time Mothra and Megaguirus have been pitted against each other, the other time being in Godzilla Rage Across Time. Gotta be honest, Megaguirus does feel like a cool villain for Mothra to battle. Now this comic takes some serious swings. We also get not only new monsters and new designs, we also get some monsters that, to my knowledge, have not been featured in any of the IDW comics. Two that made me go, oh, you're here, finally. But it is blink and you miss it cameos, really. One being Maguma, the giant seal from Atragon, or excuse me, Gorath, that movie, and also Gabara. So Mothra has quick and you miss it battles with Maguma and Gabara. We also get Des Ghidorah. We get a quick appearance of Des Ghidorah. We get Kaiser, which has been featured before. And we get Grand King Ghidorah, too. No Dagara, though. No Dagara. I mean, that's fair. Wasn't the best movie he was in, but it would have been cool. So the movie, so the comic, let's talk about some positives. Of course, Matt Frank's artwork is really good, like really damn good. I mean, need I say more? I love the Titanosaur shaped, get it? Titanosaurus. So I like that little nod to Titanosaurus as actual sauropods. We also get, it's down here, but a look of the Godzilla source, because Godzilla does not feature at all. He's not even mentioned in this book. This is all Mothra. So Matt Frank's artwork is really solid. I like the blend of tones, like it's different array of colors. Like it's different kinds of shading, which I think is really cool. I also love that this is a completely new Mothra known as Mothra Gemini, as opposed to Mothra Leo. So I think that's kind of cool that they go in a new direction for Mothra. I also really did like how we also get a Mecha Mothra in in an invasion of the Ghidorahs. So I thought that was pretty cool too. But it is more of like, look at this, like look how cool everything is, like pomp and circumstance. Like Sophie Campbell just wrote a comic around Matt Frank's artwork, which is that's what it feels like. Not to say Sophie Campbell's bad here. It just feels more like Matt Frank did all the work and then Sophie came in and made a story around it. I not to discredit Sophie Campbell, she's a great writer. but like sometimes you just let Matt Frank go off and follow behind. I remember an interview with Chris Mowry who said like sometimes Matt Frank would draw something, and I just write a story around it. So I would believe that. Anyway, so let's talk about the other the other stuff that was in here, starting with Antra. Antra was built up when this comic was announced as the big villain of the comic, when in reality, Antra, it turns out to be another guardian of Earth. Antra also has twin fairies, and I thought it was a he, she is basically like the defender of Earth, but a more extremist one. Huh. A more extreme version of the protector of Earth who does not care for humans. Yeah, Batra. Antra is just Antra, Batra. Like, Batra does not even feature at all or mention in this comic, which is weird, because this feels like such a celebration of Mothra in general, and you just give us a new monster, and I'm all for new monsters, don't get me wrong. I think Antra is a cool addition, but, like, she's just Batra. She is just Batra with goth fairies. That's really it. So I was like, if you're just going to make a character like Batra, just do Batra then. No one says you can't. Like, no one says you can't. That's one of my few gripes with this. I also feel like the twin priestesses, Emmy and Amy, are kind of underwritten. Like, there's this whole thing of like Emmy, after their parents were killed in the battle between Mothra and Antra, that the priestesses took her away and trained her, leaving Emmy on her own in the destruction of Tokyo for 15 years. And they don't really like plan that out very well. So yeah. I will also say Megaguirus is cool because we also get a new form from Megaguirus called Omega Gearus, which, gotta say, it's kind of cool. Like, also the final it's just one giant fight. Let me show you Omega Gearus real quick. Yeah. So, there are some solid fights in here, and this just feels like someone who understood Mothra as a character, like a Mothra story in general. But again, like, Antra's cool, but I feel like we could have just done Batra, because it just feels like we're doing Batra light. And yeah, no, this comic isn't bad. I think it's pretty good. Matt Frank kills it on artwork, and I think the story itself, it's a little convoluted, but then again, what Godzilla story isn't convoluted at the end of the day, right? So I liked it. And again, I really do hope we get more. I do hope we get this Godzilla Legends line continues, so that way we can get like comics based around like Ghidorah or Space Godzilla, or maybe an Anguirus miniseries or a Rodan miniseries, or Hedorah. I think it would be a disservice if IDW just did this, because I was hoping we'd get comics like these when we got the second revival of IDW's Godzilla. So I'm hoping, we get to move forward, this Godzilla Legends line continues and we get maybe a Ghidorah miniseries. I'm hoping for a Ghidorah miniseries. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below. I recommend it. If you love Mothra or just love Godzilla comics in general, go check that out. I think it's a great book. Anyway, so if you have read Mothra, Queen of the Monsters, let me know in the comments below. Chris, thank you once again. And other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.